Hey, what's up everybody? Today I'm going to be going through this gameplay video of me playing ranked as Spider-Man. In this match I got 44 eliminations, so I'm just going to be going through everything about what I did well, and what I did completely wrong. I did make a lot of mistakes in this gameplay despite the 44 eliminations. I should have had a lot more and could have had a much more larger impact on this game. But to start off, usually I don't recommend going after the other team Spider-Man, but he went straight for our back line, so I just wanted to get rid of him as quickly as possible. Next, so usually when I start off a game, I try to get to the back line, try to go for the healers, and just harass them. If I can't, kill them with a combo, and my health goes a little low, I get out of there right away, or I find a health pack. But I always try to go for the healers first. Don't really try to focus the tanks too much unless your entire team is focusing them as well. But here the Spider-Man, he's just being devious in our backline, so just wanted to keep him away just because our healers did not notice him. But I really shouldn't be wasting my time with Spider-Man because it doesn't affect our team's battle at all. Like, the healers are still there, and they are just thriving off healing their team right now, and their team is just getting full heals. So now I go in the back line, I get a kill on Cloak and Dagger. They have their ult, so I get out. Next I see Star-Lord low, so I go for him, but I don't get him. So the thing is with Spider-Man, so the thing you want to do when you can go for healers, but you can also go for picks. And by picks, I mean if you see somebody low, you can get him. Here, that Spider-Man is low. If I hit my web tracer, he would have been gone, but I didn't get him. But yeah, always focus the healers or them. So yeah, now we're trying to get the point. It's getting a little difficult. I haven't been attacking the healers as much as I would like to, and I really do need to work on that. I keep getting distracted, but I do get Cloak and Dagger there. This other Spider-Man used his ult, but our team still survived. We also get another elimination there. I see the tank in front of me, just get a quick combo on him. And sometimes if you don't have any opponents around you, it might just be worth it to attack the tanks. You don't necessarily have to kill them, but you can get their health lower. And not only that, it gives you a lot of ult charge when you just hit people. And with tanks, since they have so much health, you can just continuously hit them. One thing I'm going to touch on in this video is my ult. That was a decent ult right there. But I get destroyed by Invisible Woman with my ult, because I just don't use it properly. But that sequence right there, our team did really well. So we did get a lot of eliminations just from that. But when I ult, Invisible Woman can counter the ult she has an ability that she can just push you, and it can push you while you're doing your ult to just the middle of nowhere, and your ult is affecting nobody. So a way to counter this from happening is if you get Invisible Woman low, like do a combo on her so she's low, and right when you start your ult, she's just gonna get eliminated because she was so low to begin with because of your combo, and she'll be gone for the majority of your ult, which means she won't be able to push you out of it. So that's one thing you can do. Another thing with ults is you really want to draw out support's main abilities to counter it. So for Loki, you don't want to do it if you haven't seen him use his green bubble yet. If you're gonna go for a Loki, you gotta make sure that he just used his green bubble, or he's on cooldown for that, because that is gonna totally nullify the damage that you do to anybody in those bubbles. Same thing with Adam Warlock. Adam Warlock, his healing is not the problem. It's his ability to share damage across people. So he'll do that when he sees you ult, and you're just gonna be kind of there without doing any significant damage. And this kind of goes against what a lot of people say, where people say you should just use your abilities, use your ults as quickly as you can, just because so you can get it again quicker. But if you're using your ult and you're getting one kill and it's not even like a healer, you're really not getting much value for your team. And it ends up hurting your team in the long run if you're just using your ult without direction, because that's your strongest ability. See, Invisible Woman pushed me there and I didn't get one elimination. And now my team, who they were relying on me for my ult to do a lot of damage, because they know Spider-Man's ult does a lot of damage, can get eliminations. Now they're kind of stuck in a position where they have to fight their way through without that ult, and it makes it way more difficult for them to capture, to stay on the objective, because now I let my team down in that instance, and that's because I didn't think when using my ult and I didn't strategize properly. So it's really important to strategize when to use your ult, as well as any other thing in this game. Every like second, every bit of damage counts. So like if you're, say you're just focused, you're Spider-Man, you're focusing a tank, and you get like 10,000 damage. Like, you got a lot of damage, but you're fighting a tank that's getting constantly healed. You're not contributing anything to the team. So like, you gotta know your role and really know where you thrive. As you can see, Spider-Man thrives getting picks, seeing people who are a bit lower on health and just finishing them off. Like, he's a final hit machine. I see a healer, Loki, I'm chasing him. I get low, I get out. You see, that's what you gotta do. But Spider-Man is so fast, so he can afford to get out if things get dangerous. I see Invisible Woman, I chase her, get her, get back out, get my heals in. I see Cloak and Dagger up in here, get them. Both healers are gone. Even though Star-Lord gets me there, once he's done his ult, both of the healers are gone, and we're gonna basically just keep going with our objective. So that's really important. It's just playing smart. And a lot of people don't tell you this. They just talk about, you know, I feel like most videos I see are talking about skills you can do with Spider-Man, B-hopping, like B-hopping and stuff, and like one-shot combos. Like, those stuffs are like, can be very useful and are very important. Like, this was a good ult here. I got a lot of people. I got Loki and Adam Warlock, or Magneto, stuck. So it was a decent ult. But yeah, there's like, a lot of people talk about techniques and how to do this combo. None of that matters if you're not playing with intelligence and with strategy. So you really got to focus on that. And a lot of people think they can't play Spider-Man because it's too hard, which was me being one of them. Like, I thought mechanically he's just so hard to use. But once you spend some time on him and learn that you don't need all these fancy tricks to be valuable as Spider-Man, you'll have a great time playing him. As you can see, that what I just did right there cost us the round. It was a really dumb decision by me. I was the only one on the point, and I saw Star-Lord was low, and I went for him, and then Loki popped his domain, and I still kept going for him. I didn't try to survive to wait for my teammate to get to the point, so that actually cost us the round because I didn't strategize perfectly. I was too impulsive, and if you're too impulsive and you overextend, you're gonna pay for it, and your team's gonna pay for it, and there's no one else you can blame at that point because you're the one making the mistake, and you're gonna have to take the accountability for that. And I feel like a lot of people in this game, when they make mistakes, they don't take the accountability. They blame whatever they see on the scoreboard. But as a Spider-Man, you have to take accountability because a lot of stuff is going to be your fault because you need, you have a specific role, and if you're being too selfish with that role and trying to eliminate people that you really shouldn't even be focusing on, then you're going to cost your team, and it's just not going to be fair. It's not going to be fun for you, not going to be fun for your team. You won't be able to rank up. Like, it just won't be enjoyable. So really, the thing you want to do with Spider-Man, just focus healers, do your bread and butter combo. If they're really low, do what I just did there. Hit them with a web cluster, hit them with a punch. If they're really low and your health is going down really quick because everyone's targeting you, just get out of there. It's not worth it. do if even though Spider-Man's fast and he can get to the point really fast, it's not worth it. Your team still spends like 10 seconds without you in the fight, without an extra body. And if you stay alive, you could get back to your team, get heals, and then go right back in, which is like 3 seconds instead of like 12. Another thing with Spider-Man that I forgot to mention, not only are you focusing healers, you're focusing flyers. You are the main person on your team that will be able to handle anybody in the air. And one thing you see right there is I saw someone was on the point, so I got there as quickly as possible because I'm the fastest on the team. I'm the quickest character, so I tried to get to the point as quickly as possible, and I didn't make it. But I gave my team a little bit of extra time to get to the point and to really take control. And but yeah, so another thing with Spider-Man you want to focus on is a lot of the time, people, when they try to get to the backline to start attacking the healers, they'll kind of just fly in the air over everybody, but everyone can see you when you're doing that, and they'll spot you as soon as you start attacking. So one way to avoid this is just to take detours, go around, get like different angles, because if you're just wasting time, if you're just getting seen right away, if you find an off angle and just hit somebody while they don't even notice you, you could get a pick or get some hits on, get somebody low, and then not even be noticed. And then as soon as you get noticed, it's probably like a few seconds later, and then you'll have done a lot of damage, and then you have time to get out. Yeah, situations like this, your team's on the point, trying to defend the point. I really just like to, same thing, go for the healers, because without the healers, the team's kind of useless. There's not much they can do. So like if it's like a 6v6 battle for the point, and you take out the healers, they're not going to be able to really do anything, because their main source, because your tanks are going to target their tanks, and your tanks are going to win because your tanks have healers and theirs don't. Your DPS have healers, theirs don't. So Spider-Man's a very crucial player, but if you don't follow the steps to play him or don't strategize with him, you're not very useful. You're not going to be very useful, and you're going to be a liability to the team, especially if you're just focusing on people that you don't need to focus on. But yeah, there is, and the one thing, like, you don't need to learn these crazy combos. The main combo you need to know is you just hit him with the web tracer, do the get over here, and then do the uppercut. And you really can just do that all game and just get in, get out, get in, get out, and you'll be a very valuable Spider-Man. If somebody's really low, just hit him with a web tracer or just punch him. Like, you can punch people in the air. You don't have to do the animation cancel into a down slam. You don't have to do all that. You can just punch people. Just play basic. Like, play as a basic Spider-Man. But if you play basic with intelligence and with strategy, you're going to be very valuable to your team, and you're going to win most of your games. A lot of times you just have teammates that aren't as helpful as you are, and that's okay. That's gonna happen. But for the majority of the time, you're gonna have decent teammates, and if you play well every game, you're gonna rank up, because when you win a ranked game, you usually go up by like 20 to 30 points. When you lose a ranked game, you probably go down by like 16, 17, like 22. It's like a lot for going down. So as long as you just keep playing the right way and try to be as valuable as you can to your team, you're gonna be fine on Spider-Man. The only time I would like go after a tank or something like that is if your team is really focusing them, they're like low on heals, you just do a couple down slams on them, get web tracers on them, do an uppercut. It'll help your team, it'll help you get ult charge, but you really should be just going for the healers. That's good. You're gonna have the most impact that way. But as you can see, the team over here did get the point, so it might be a close game here, just because we actually, if you guys remember, we did not make it to the end last time, so we have to really stop them here. But they keep coming back and fighting us, so they're making it a little bit difficult. And part of the reason why they're up here is because my ults have just not been doing well. I've been missing people are healing out of it, because I wasn't focused on their cooldowns, and which I should have been. So that Spider-Man on the other team, the way he's playing Spider-Man is he's literally just trying to target the other Spider-Man, and he might kill me sometimes, but most of the times he's not going to, just because I'm gonna just get away. And he's just wasting his time. And he's definitely not being helpful to his team, because he's just trying to go for me, trying to show he's like a better Spider-Man. But if you're going after a Spider-Man all game, you are the worst you're the worst Spider-Man compared to the other one. I tell you that right now. You should not be going after another Spider-Man. There's no point. There's no point. It's a waste of your time. He's a small hitbox, and it's just not worth it. So as you can see, they're still moving. I did an ult, didn't really do anything, so we just gotta keep pushing. Got Loki low. That's a great job. That's gonna help our team a lot. Now they only have one healer, and now our team's rezzing, so we got a lot of people coming back. But their Spider-Man gets an ult, and not only that, Invisible Woman uses her ult, so it gives their team a lot of time just to regroup, which is a little annoying. But they're just, the one bad thing that they did about that is they're out of ults. They used 2 really impactful ults, and I would say Invisible Woman's is probably the most important one, because it's just gonna constantly heal everybody. But now they don't have anything, and if I get my ult, she's not gonna be able to counter me. And the other healer is Loki, and Cloak and Dagger, and Loki's not gonna be able to counter me. Cloak and Dagger might be able to, but if I draw out her ult, then it's kind of game over if I land my ult well, because I just take out their entire team. And you know, since time is running low, like we've had them stuck here for a while, so they're gonna feel the pressure soon. So yeah, as you can see, I'm taking damage, I'm getting out of there. You just don't even if someone's low, just get out of there. You don't need to, like, some people just trade, like they get somebody but then they die, but that's just more time your team has without you. Like, I know you can get to the point quickly, but you still have to wait a certain amount of time to respawn. It's just not worth it. As you see, they're getting really close to where we were. I have my ult soon. I'm thinking about, like, okay, what should I do here? I know Invisible used hers. We saw Cloak and Dagger's ult, so we're just gonna go for it. We just saw the domain, and look at that, we just destroyed them with our ult, and then their Spider-Man gets destroyed while using his ult, and we get so many eliminations just from that thing right there, and ultimately it wins us the game. So we went from losing our team the round to winning the game, and that just shows how impactful a Spider-Man player can be on the side of helping your team win, and also on the side of causing your team to lose. But yeah, that is, you know, the full video. These were the stats at the end. So pretty decent game, a lot of final hits, which is something you want to see. So yeah, it was a good game, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you in the next one.